And we welcome you back to Falcons baseball on 104.3 and 960 Sports, or if you're just joining us on mybasin.com, appreciate you being with us today live from Jim McAbee Field at North Medford High School for more Falcons baseball. Our managers are meeting at home plate right now, so let's go ahead and meet the starting lineup, and we'll begin first with the visiting Klamath Falls Falcons. Leading off and at second base today is Max Price. P.J. Stafford bats second at his catching, followed by Marcos Uloa Ford, the shortstop, batting third. Hitting cleanup is Jacoby Tacchini at first base, with Colin Tacchini batting fifth. And pitching for the Falcons, Corbin Hamilton is in right field, hitting sixth. Batting seventh is Ian Meyer at third base. Carson Sims is in left field, batting eighth, and rounding out the Falcons order is Ryan Douglas. Again, they'll be tossing Colin Tacchini in the first game. Now, let's piece together the lineup card for North Medford. Leading off, the designated hitter is Easton Curtis. Tristan Wallace is batting second in center field, with Jackson Rosenthal in right field, batting third. The cleanup hitter, Elijah Havey, bats fourth and is catching. We've got Freeman Roundtree in left field, and he's batting fifth. Batting sixth is Kellen Willer at first base. Batting seventh is number 3. That's Davis Carr at second base. Batting eighth is the third baseman, number 14, Caleb Long. And rounding out the Medford order, number 1, their shortstop, Kyle Cope. The Mustangs have taken the field, so we'll take one final break on our pre-comeback. It's time for Falcons baseball on 104.3 and 960 Sports and mybasin.com.
Comfortable, not corporate. Subaru, we built our business on that simple promise. Well, that and some of the best people you're ever going to meet. Hi, I'm Rob Cedar, General Manager at Klamath Subaru. Our 62 employees make it easy for us to live up to our comfortable, not corporate philosophy. Friendly faces, easy answers, straight talk, fairness, and exceptional service. These are the things you expect. These are the things that all of our people deliver. Our management team, sales pros, certified service and body shop techs, lot attendants, and detail experts are all 100% focused on you. Local people putting their friends and neighbors first. At Klamath Subaru, that's the only way we do business. It's comfortable, not corporate. Our team members also spend hundreds of hours each year supporting local charities and events through the Subaru Love Promise. That's the kind of people they are. We're very proud of them. They're your friends, they're your neighbors, they're glad to know you, and they want you to be glad to know them too. I'm Rob. This is what makes us comfortable, not corporate.
Just a couple of minutes away from first pitch at Jim McAbee Field at North Medford High School. A warm day forward as we near first pitch, expecting temperatures of above 100 pretty much all day long, although right now, I guess here to prove me wrong, my iPhone reads 99 degrees here in Medford. Our vantage point in the middle bleachers behind home plate faces southwest, so we could be in contention with some sun this afternoon as we get ready for Max Price to lead things off for the Klamath Falls Falcons. Price batting from the right side awaits our first pitch, and here it comes from Dominic Daffrin, and it's in there for strike one. The Falcons, coming off a win in their last game, broke a string of 9 consecutive losses as Max Price takes strike 2 up and away. It was a 6-3 victory for the Falcons last time out. Good pitching and clutch hitting led them to a victory over the Nuggets as the 0-2 missed outside, a ball and 2 strikes. The Falcons found themselves down after a few innings but showed grit, and they scored 5 runs that ended up propelling them to victory. Max Price bounces one out to shortstop. Cope is up with it, throws on to Willer at first, and that's the first out. Let's go around the diamond for the Medford Mustangs with Havey behind the dish. Long at third, Cope at short with Carr at second, and Willer at first. In the outfield, it's Roundtree, Wallace, and Rosenthal from left to right. One away in the top of the first inning, and in steps P.J. Stafford, who was instrumental in the win for the Falcons their last time out. hooked a 2 RBI double down the right field line in the late going of that ball game, which gave his team the lead at that point. Falcons then built on it a bit and again were able to come away with a 6-3 victory. First pitch to Safford was fouled away. Here's the 0-1. It's taken for a ball. 1 ball, 1 strike to P.J. Safford with Marcos Ulloa Ford waiting on deck. Numbers for Safford on the season have jumped up quite a bit during that Grants Pass series. A 4-game set saw his batting average jump up almost 100 points. Batting .229 coming into today's contest as he's ahead in the count, 2 balls and a strike. Here's the pitch. It's again taken outside. That one, though, finds the zone and evens it up against P.J. Safford. Falcons today in their road red uniforms with Falcons written across their chest in blue font and white trim. As Safford takes a pitch in the dirt and the count runs full, 3-2. For the Mustangs, they're in their home blues with white pants. They've got Mustangs written across their chest in bold font, in red with white trim. The count is full to P.J. Safford. And I think we lost track of the count. Looks like home plate umpire did, but seems like we're ready to go. The count is 3 balls and 2 strikes. 1 away, top of the first inning, just getting started in Medford. Here it is from Daffrin. That one's going to miss wide, and Safford works a walk to get a 1-out base runner for the Falcons. And that brings up Marcos Ulloa Ford, who really put the team on his back on Friday night. Helped his team to a win by pitching a complete game and hitting a 2-run home run. It gave his team the 5th and 6th runs of the ball game. Eventually, Safford scored on that play as well. He finds himself at first after the walk. They're going to move over. Safford dives back safely. After Ulloa Ford in the order is Jacoby Tacchini. And the pitch to Ulloa Ford, a breaking ball that he rolls out towards third. Long is going to go to Carr at second for 1. Try to turn 2, but Ulloa Ford beats out the back end. Aboard on a fielder's choice. Now 2 away in the inning for Jacoby Tacchini.
First baseman, number 19, Jacoby
Tacchini this season for the Falcons, batting .189. The series against Grants Pass hurting Jacoby's batting averages, but against Redmond, swung the bat well. That was the series earlier this season as he takes ball 1 outside, 1-0. Klamath last place in Area 4 entering play today with a 2-10 league mark. Jacoby Tacchini rolls 1 foul. The count now a ball and a strike. Klamath is 2-10. Medford is 8-4 entering play. They find themselves tied for second place in Area 4 with Roseburg. Both of those teams a game back of the Eugene Challengers, who lead the league right now. It's a 1-1 count to Jacoby Tacchini with Marcos Ulloa Ford aboard at first. 2 outs in the top of the first inning. And the pitch from Daffrin is a curveball called a strike. That one found its spot on the outside of the plate. A nice location from Daffrin. From North Medford High School. He'll be grading next year. The 1-2 is rolled foul, and the count remains. A ball and strikes to Tacchini. First of 2, a doubleheader today at North Medford High School. Daffrin looks in, trying to get the sign from Havey and comes set. Havey again sets up outside. The pitch is a fastball and grounded foul. Coach Whistler making a play down the first base line. Head coach Pete Whistler. Coach Sean Teeters down the third base line. Coach Craig Connor in the dugout, pitching coach. Still a ball and 2 strikes to Jacoby Tacchini. Daffrin set again. Havey sets up outside. The pitch, that one's a breaking ball in the dirt. A nice job by Havey to knock that one down. Keep it in front of it. Medford always producing good fielding and tough catchers as well. Elijah Havey Goes to Columbia Basin Community College. The 2-2 on its way. That's lined into left center field. That's going to get down for a base hit. Might be extra bases. Uloa Ford heading for 3. Jacoby Takini digging for 2. They're waving Uloa Ford around to score, and he will. An RBI double for Jacoby Takini puts the Falcons on the board 1-0. Uloa Ford scoring all the way from first on that play. And the Falcons draw first blood in the first inning. For Jacoby, that is his 6th RBI of the season and his 4th double of the year. And here's Colin Takini. Open to help out his own cause. Colin is the starting pitcher for the Falcons today, but getting his first action up at the plate. He takes strike 1. Second baseman Carr loosely holding Takini at second. The pitch looked to be fouled back into the chest of Havey. And he'll take a breather for a moment. The count will be 0-2 when we come back with Corbin Hamilton waiting on deck. Dimensions around the field here at North Medford High School, bigger than you'd typically see around Area 4. 344 down the left field line, 380 straightaway center field, and 331 down the right field line. And it looks like we'll be just about ready to resume. Havey collects himself. Never like to see a foul ball taken to the chest piece, but he seems to be okay. It's an 0-2 count to Colin Takini with a runner at second. That's Jacoby Takini. Already 1 run home for the Falcons here in the top of the first. Daffrin set with the 0-2. And delivers. It's hit to right field. That's going to get down in front of Rosenthal. Takini's going to hold at third. And runners at the corners now for Corbin Hamilton, still with 2 outs for the Falcons. Looking at Corbin this season for the Falcons, batting 164. Hasn't had a lot of luck with runners in scoring position this season. His role has been primarily to try to get rallies started, and in doing that, he's done fairly well. Against Grants Pass, was able to get on base to start a couple of big innings for the Falcons. Now looking to finish a solid top of the first. Takes a curveball over the middle of the plate for strike 1. Ian Meyer waits on deck for the Falcons. Jacoby Takini at third. Colin Takini at first. And the pitch home to Hamilton. Checks his swing, but a curveball around the knees called strike 2. Nice breaking pitch from Daffrin early. He's commanding it well in this first inning. Daffrin set with the 0-2. And the pitch is an elevated fastball off the glove of Havey. Jacoby Takini breaking for the plate, and he will score. That's going to be a passed ball against Havey to allow Takini to score and Colin to move up to second. And the Falcons have a 2-0 lead in the top of the first inning. Opportunity for Hamilton to try to add to it, still with a runner in scoring position. There are 2 outs and a 2-strike count. Daffrin delivers. It's a curveball that is again rolled foul. Hamilton a touch out in front of that one, but that's the 3rd time he's seen the curveball in this at-bat. You wonder if Daffrin decides to go to the well again here, or if he tries to turn up the heat on Hamilton, who watched a fastball go high on that pass ball. 1-2 and Daffrin set again. Havey setting up outside. The pitch. That one's taken for strike 3 on the outside part of the plate, about letter high. Hamilton down looking to end the inning. But the Falcons do score 2 on 2 base hits in the inning, and they leave one stranded. Going to the bottom of the first, Falcons up 2-0 on 104.3 and 960 Sports and mybasin.com.
This is where unconditional love and immeasurable happiness reside. This is home. Coltwell Banker, where home begins.
Colin Tacchini getting the start for the Falcons as we are back in the bottom of the first inning. And the Falcons lead Medford 2-0. Colin Tacchini leads this team in innings pitched, and with this start, his 6th of the season, he's tied for most in that metric as well. So far in the season, he is 1-4 with an ERA of up near 6. But Tacchini has eaten up innings for this team when they've needed him to. And even with that ERA where it is, you can't really discount the value that Tacchini has added to this pitching staff, even as young as he is. His last couple of outings, let's go back to July 10th, where he pitched 6 innings against Grants Pass in probably his best start of the season, giving up just 4 hits and 1 earned run, striking out 5. That was his last outing. Before that, he pitched against Redmond, and over 2 innings of work, gave up 5 hits and no runs. Really, the thorn in the side of Tacchini this season has been Medford. The first game of the season, on June 4th, he pitched against this Mustangs team. It's his only outing against Medford, where he gave up 3 hits and 4 earned runs, striking out 2 in that effort. He's been working to bring that ERA down ever since. In his last 2 outings specifically, he's been pitching very well. Here's Easton Curtis leading things off for the Mustangs. First pitch is lined into right field. That'll get down in front of Corbin Hamilton, and a leadoff single for Curtis. So the Mustangs try and answer in the bottom of the first inning. This will bring up Tristan Wallace as we introduce you to the defensive starters for the Klamath Falls Falcons. The other half of the battery for Klamath Falls is P.J. Safford, and we'll go around the diamond after the first pitch to Tristan Wallace. Here it is from Colin, looked to be the curveball outside, 1-0. At third base, it's Ian Meyer with Marcos Ulloa Ford at short and Max Price at second, and Jacoby Tacchini playing first base. In the outfield, after the 1-0 pitch to Tristan Wallace. That one found the zone, a good fastball on the inner third to Wallace, evens the count. In left field for Klamath Falls, it's Carson Sims. In center, it's Ryan Douglas and Corbin Hamilton in right. Tacchini checks the runner at first. That's Curtis. Now makes a move over there. But back safely is Curtis, the designated hitter. Hit a line drive to right field to get on base. On the move is Curtis. The pitch in the dirt. The throw from Safford is going to be late, and a stolen base for Curtis puts him in scoring position, and a 2-1 count at the plate for Tristan Wallace. Wallace goes to Umpqua Community College, high school graduate of 2023. The 2-1 on the way is a curveball that found the zone, nicely broken off there by Takini to even the count at 2 balls and 2 strikes. Umpqua Community College came off another stellar season. Finished 33-15. They lost in the NWAC Super Regional. Took them 3 games to get eliminated. 2-2 pitch on the way to Wallace as Takini fires home. It's hit in the air, center field. Douglas moving over in the gap, makes the catch. Now tagging from second to third is Curtis. He will get there. 1 away now in the first inning with a runner at third for Jackson Rosenthal. Rosenthal stepping in now. He represents the tying run in the early part of the ball game, batting from the left side. Set is Takini. And the pitch. Curveball in, and that's going to miss in 1-0. Rosenthal starting in right field today. And Elijah Havey, the cleanup hitter, on deck. Colin Takini set with the 1-0. Steps, kicks, and fires. It's a breaking pitch that's lifted sky-high center field. Douglas has to come in for this one, makes the catch. Curtis tagging from third, and the throw is late. A sacrifice fly and an RBI for Rosenthal trims the Falcons' lead to just 1 run now. It's a 2-1 ball game in the bottom of the first inning. 2 outs, and here's Elijah Havey. Havey got some good work in behind the plate on defense. Showed his worth there. Now trying to start a 2-out rally for the Mustangs. Swings at the first pitch and fouls it off. The count 0-1. Takini back out of the windup now. Delivers the 0-1. It's in the dirt. Count a ball and a strike. The Mustangs playing a couple of games more recently than the Falcons have. In fact, their last doubleheader came on Saturday when they split with Redmond. And a line drive to third. Meyer plays it on a hop and makes the throw. Another great play by Ian Meyer, this time to end the first inning. We'll go top second with the Falcons leading the Medford Mustangs 2-1 on 104.3 and 960 Sports and mybasin.com.
Threads. There are many threads that run through our region. There are churches and schools and Little League teams that bring us together and bind us into communities. There are roads and cars. There are houses and jobs and businesses, all woven together to make the fabric of our communities. There are financial threads that are part of that tapestry as well. For over 80 years, it's been our pleasure to be headquartered here, providing financial services to generations of our friends and neighbors. From that first savings account, to retirement planning, and all of the cars and houses and groceries in between, we keep your money local, investing it back into our communities, adding more threads to the fabric to make our communities stronger. Pacific Crest Federal Credit Union. Find your path.
Getting ready for the top of the second inning, and the Falcons lead the Mustangs 2-1. Each team getting on the board in the first inning. Falcons looking to expand upon their lead. It's the bottom of their order due up this half inning. Ian Meyer, Carson Sims, and Ryan Douglas as Dominic Daffrin gets set for his second inning in this start. We were talking a little bit about the Mustangs and their most recent games. They lost the season series against Roseburg last week, lost the first 3 games of that series before run-ruling Roseburg 10-0 on Friday here at home. Then in Redmond on Saturday, the Mustangs split with the Generals as Meyer rolls one over to third, and making the play was Long for the out to start the second inning. They lost to Redmond in the first game 4-3, then turn around and blanked the Generals 8-0 in a win on Saturday. Here's Carson Sims now for the Falcons. Sims with an RBI in the games against Grants Pass. He'll take ball 1 wide. Sims in his first season with the Falcons, fourth on the team in batting average as he takes a curveball outside. Sims batting .262. He's got 7 runs batted in, and a couple of those again coming back on Friday night against Grants Pass. Sims hits a chopper to third, charging in and long. It goes underneath his glove. The shortstop Cope comes up with it, but at that point the throw was going to be late. Carson Sims on board. They're going to give an error to Long, but a base runner regardless for Ryan Douglas. Tough play for Long to make, charging in on a chopped ball, high bounce, and just rolled right underneath the glove. Move to Sims over at first. He's back safe. As Ryan Douglas gets ready to step in for the first time. Douglas with his no batting gloves. A couple Falcons doing that. I know Ian Meyer, no batting gloves as well. Another move over to first. Sims again back safely. After Douglas, the Falcons lineup turns over with Max Price on deck. Set is Daffrin, and he delivers. First pitch swinging for Douglas, lifts one in the air right field, but that one is out of play, foul, and an 0-1 count. Douglas batting .190 this season. We last saw him on July 10th. That was the Wednesday matchup with the Grants Pass Nuggets. He was 0 for 3. In fact, Douglas has not had a hit in the month of July. His last base hit came on June 29th against Reno at the Medford Coach K Classic. Hoping to break that streak here. It's a 1-1 count to Douglas. And the pitch. Sims on the move. A breaking ball is low. The throw is in time. And a fantastic throw by Havey behind the plate to get Sims trying to swipe second. It'll be 2-1 to Douglas and 2 outs in the inning. Pitch on the way from Daffrin is offered up at and missed. Strike 2 now to Douglas on the hard fastball. Daffrin back to working out of the windup. Havey again sets up outside. There's the fastball, but it misses wide. Good location with 2 strikes, but now the count runs full. Here's the pitch from Daffrin. Douglas sends one in the air to left field, but Roundtree moves underneath it to make the catch and end the inning. No runs, no hits, no runners left for the Falcons, but they have a 2-1 lead going to the bottom of the second inning on 104.3 and 960 Sports and MyBasin.com.
Sports was kind of what defined me as a person. I loved to play every sport I could possibly play. The Abbeys was really the family stomping ground for all of our community. Saturday afternoon soccer tournaments, we'd head over to Abbeys afterwards. And then when we got up into middle school, on our way home, we'd stop at Abbeys after basketball games. When I go home, I want to see 2 things when I drive through Winston. I want to see my Abbeys and I want to see my high school. And those are the 2 memories that stick out the most to me.
Thanks to Les Schwab tires, I'm a confident backseat driver, but Mom's a little stressed about spending. Remember, deep breaths and watch your speed. Even though we're watching our wallets, Les Schwab is still watching out for our safety. So that's right here.
Roll into summer. Save up to $200 instantly on a wide selection of tires and wheels. Les Schwab Tires, doing the right thing since 1952.
Getting ready for the bottom of the second inning. And the Falcons lead the Mustangs 2-1 in Game 1 of an Area 4 doubleheader today from North Medford High School. Leading off this inning for the Mustangs is Freeman Roundtree, then Kellen Willer, then Davis Carr. That's 5, 6, 7 in the Mustangs order. Colin Tacchini looking to keep working through this start. Coming off his best start of the season in Grants Pass. Hoping to find a similar groove as this ball game moves throughout. The first pitch on the way to Roundtree is a breaking ball that misses high. 1-0. Roundtree, an Ashland Grizzly during the prep season, will graduate from Ashland High next year. Here's the 1-0 pitch. That one also a curveball missing in the same spot up around the helmet of Roundtree. And the pitch from Tacchini, that's a fastball that finds the zone up around the letters, maybe a touch outside. Roundtree didn't like the call, but the count 2-1 to the Mustangs left fielder. That pitch in the dirt. Safford tried to steal a strike there, but missing low, 3-1. Outfield shaded a little bit deep to center field. The 3-1 pitch hit in the air, shallow left. Ian Meyer calls everybody off and makes the catch in foul territory for the first out in the second inning. Talk about Ian Meyer defensively. Boy, what a spark he's provided at third base for this team in the absence of Mark Carpenter. Ian Meyer seems to come away every play with his jersey just a bit more dirty. That time making a routine play, but he makes the tough plays just as well. It's a first pitch curveball called a strike to Willer. It's great to see Tacchini's curveball work from this angle. Typically up in the box up at Kiger, more of a top-down view. Don't get to see it from behind the plate so much. It's impressive how much that moves from side to side rather than up and down. Pitch on its way to Willer. That one misses high and tight. I believe the count's a ball and 2 strikes. Davis Carr on deck for the Mustangs, and here's the 1-2 to Willer. That one's in the dirt. A good pitch on a 1-2 count, but Willer laid off and the count runs even now. 2 balls and 2 strikes, 1 away. Bottom of the second inning, the Falcons lead the Mustangs early, 2-1. Tacchini with the pitch. Curveball, and that found the zone. Down looking is Willer. First strikeout of the day for Tacchini is the second out in the second inning. And here comes Davis Carr. Davis Carr bats from the left side. Carr, another one of the collegiate players on this Mustangs team, as he hits one hard to center field. That's going to get down in front of Douglas. A 2-out base hit for Carr brings up Caleb Long. Second hit of the day for the Mustangs. And here's Caleb Long out of South Medford High School, recent graduate with the Panthers. South Medford, the only prep team in the area to come away with a less than 500 record this year. South finished 10-17. A 1-0 count to Caleb Long with Kyle Cope waiting on deck. Move over to first. Carr's back safely. Takini holding him. Max Price playing a little bit wide of second base, trying to make up for the lost space on the right side of the infield. The 1-0 home is hit a ton to left field, but that will wind up foul. And took one hop over the fence over there. Ball and a strike now to Caleb Long. Batting eighth in the order for Medford. And starting at third base today, head coach John King of the Medford Mustangs. It's his first year as the head man here at the Medford Mustangs, but he's been an assistant for quite some time under former head coach Nate Maben. The 1-1 pitch on the move is Carr. Pitch is popped up. Might be playable for Safford near the Medford dugout, but bounces off the roof of the Medford dugout. So just a ball and 2 strikes. Coach King assisted by Kevin Schaefer, who works out at Cascade Christian High School, and Brett Wool. Takini looking for a put-away pitch against Caleb Long. Takini looks the runner at first and throws over. Back safely, though, is Carr. Again, 2 outs in the bottom of the second inning, and the Falcons lead Medford 2-1. Pitch on the way is hit to right. Hamilton racing in, but that will get down in front of him. Rounding second, headed for third is Carr. The throw is going to take Meyer off the bag, and on the throw, Long will advance to second. And so 2 runners in scoring position now for Kyle Cope. Cope, the starting shortstop for the Mustangs today. Another member of South Medford High School. Takini working back out of the windup now. Fires in strike 1, high in the zone, but over the middle of the plate. Count 0-1 to Cope. On deck next is Easton Curtis as the Mustangs lineup turns over for the first time next. 0-1 pitch on the way from Takini. Breaking pitch that missed high. 1-1. Takini ready with the 1-1. That one is fouled straight back against the screen. Count moves a ball and 2 strikes. 2 two-out singles for the Mustangs have put 2 runners in scoring position. The tying and go-ahead run in the bottom of the second inning. Right now, though, they trail the Falcons 2-1. Here's the 1-2 pitch from Takini. Swung on and missed the high fastball to get out of the jam and end the inning. No runs on 2 hits for the Mustangs. They leave 2 stranded. They trail going to the top of the third inning. Falcons lead 2-1 on mybasin.com and 104.3 and 960 Sports.
At mybasin.com, we bring you the power of local radio,
the pace and reach of social media,
and the excitement of local sports.
We do this with a team of radio professionals that is second to none.
We're proud to call Klamath Falls our home.
What rhymes with great?
Participate.
Where does greatness start? Here, in the classroom. On the stage.
In the pool.
On the field.
Where will your greatness take you?
To better grades.
To more friends.
Yeah! Be great.
Participate!
Top of the third inning here in Medford, Oregon. And the Falcons lead the Mustangs 2-1. Top of the Falcons order due up. It's Max Price, P.J. Safford, and Uloa Ford. Price getting ready to step in. The first pitch from Daffrin is looked at for strike one. A fastball on the outer third in the zone. Price 0 for 1 in the ball game. He grounded out to shortstop his first time through. Here's the 0-1 from Daffrin, offered up at and missed. Price bit out in front of the breaking ball, behind now 0-2. Falcons scored each of their runs in the first inning. Here's the pitch. Check swing, but that's going to get down into right field. Fair. Price, a big turnaround first, but I don't think he meant to swing at that pitch. Daffrin's fastball provided all the power. Bounced off of Price's bat into right field for a leadoff single. Not exactly how you draw it up, but I think Price will take it. 4 base hits in the game now for the Falcons. Or pardon me, 3 base hits now in the game for the Falcons. And this brings up P.J. Safford, who walked. And on the base paths after that walk, was out at second base on a fielder's choice. Safford, though, again, been swinging the bat lately well, coming out of that slump that he was in to start the season. Pitch over to first, back safely is Price. Do have to worry about Price a little bit at first. Leads his team in stolen bases this year. Finally, a pitch home is going to miss high to PJ. 1-0. Safford bats .229 on the season, 7 RBIs. A pitch outside, framed nicely for a strike. 1-1, nice job by Havey. The Medford catcher, we've talked about him quite a bit already. Leaving his mark on this ball game in big and small ways. This is a 1-1 count to Safford and the pitch. Curveball, Safford got a piece of it, but fouled it back. Count a ball and 2 strikes now. About a 4-step lead off of first from Max Price. And they move to try to get him again, but again, Max is back safely. Led off this inning with a single to right. P.J. Safford at the plate in a 1-2 count. The Falcons lead the Mustangs 2-1 in the top of the third inning. Pitch on the way. Safford fouls it off the inside of the bat. Count remains a ball and 2 strikes. Coach Teeters delivering the signs to PJ as he steps back in the box, again down in the count 1-2. The pitch, Price on the move, curveball high and in. The throw is not going to be in time. Price slides into second safely. The throw was to the left side of the second base bag, made it tough for the shortstop Cope to make the play, and Price sliding in safely there. So they count 2 balls and 2 strikes with a runner at second for PJ and nobody out in the top of the third inning. Pitch to Safford, a breaking ball that he's going to get down in front of the center fielder Wallace. They're waving Price around to score. The throw from center field is going to take Havey up the line, and Price will score. An RBI single for P.J. Safford, and the Falcons build their lead, now up 3-1. For P.J., that's a 7-game hit streak, and he's really coming out of his shell at the plate up there, making big-time hits and helping his team expand this lead. Marcos Uloa Ford bats now for the Falcons. Still nobody out in the inning, runner aboard at first. Uloa Ford takes an outside fastball for strike 1. Uloa Ford grounded to shortstop to reach first base on a fielder's choice in the first inning, would eventually come around to score on an RBI double from Jacoby Tacchini. Pitch in the dirt, blocked by Havey. Safford's not going anywhere at first. So they count 1 ball and 1 strike to Marcos Ulloa Ford. The 1-1 to Marcos, a slider. That one missed outside, 2-1. Ulloa Ford can afford to be selective at the plate. The lone Mazama Viking on this Falcons roster leads the team in extra base hits. The 2-1. That one's hit hard to short and gloved on the backhand by Cope. Throw across the diamond is not in time, and an infield single for Ulloa Ford puts runners at first and second, still with nobody out for the Falcons for Jacoby Tacchini. Be remiss not to mention a good effort at shortstop by Cope to range all the way into the gap to make get to the ball, but that throw just too much to make, with Ulloa Ford just quick enough to get there safely. Back-to-back-to-back singles to start this inning for the Falcons, and here's Tacchini already with a run home this inning, and 2 more out there at first and second base. First pitch to Tacchini sails low, 1-0. Tacchini 1 for 1 today with an RBI double in the first inning. Then he came around to score later on. Got a meeting on the mound for Medford. We'll take the time to remind you that today's broadcast on mybasin.com and 104.3 and 960 Sports is brought to you by Abby's Legendary Pizza. If you're looking for a great place to eat, head to one of Abby's Legendary Pizza locations for some of the best pizza in the Klamath Basin at 1919 Austin Street or 2226 Shalleck Street near OIT. Abby's Legendary Pizza is a proud supporter of our Falcons broadcast and high school sports in the Klamath Basin. Conference concluded for the Mustangs. We'll bring you back in a 1-0 count to Jacoby Tacchini. P.J. Safford aboard at second base. Marcos Ulloa Ford on first. And the Falcons leading the Mustangs 3-1 in the top of the third inning. Still nobody out. On deck is Colin Tacchini for the Falcons. As Daffrin set with the pitch to Jacoby. He lays down a bunt down the first base side. The pitcher Daffrin comes up with it, races to first. He'll get Tacchini, but Safford to third, Ulloa Ford to second. Jacoby doing his job. Now 2 runners in scoring position and 1 away for Colin Tacchini. Colin singled his first time through, but was left stranded at second base. Big spot here for Colin Tacchini. Colin batting .245 this season, and they're going to intentionally walk him to get to Corbin Hamilton. Comparing the 2 options for the Mustangs, seem like they're trying to make the right choice here. Tacchini bats .226. Corbin Hamilton 164, and an opportunity to try to roll up 2 and get out of the inning. A pitch in the dirt. Hamilton ahead now, 1-0. Pitch on the way from Daffrin is going to miss high. Count now 2-0 to Hamilton with Ian Meyer waiting on deck. Pitch on the way. Hamilton hits one in the air to center field. Wallace is going to make the catch. Tagging from third to score is Safford, and he will. And a sacrifice fly and an RBI for Corbin Hamilton gives the Falcons a 4-1 lead in the top of the third. Here's Ian Meyer with 2 on and 2 out in the top of the third inning. Again, his team up by 3. And on base, Colin Tacchini at first, Marcos Ulloa Ford at second. Ian Meyer grounded out in the second inning. He's 0 for 1 today. Daffrin set. And here's the pitch. Meyer watches strike 1. That outside fastball has really been working for Daffrin in the early going. But the Falcons have done a nice job of waiting for the breaking stuff to drive. That looked like an off-speed pitch that Meyer out in front of. Count 0-2 now. Daffern 1 strike away from escaping this inning, only allowing 2. And the pitch is taken wide. Count a ball and 2 strikes to Ian Meyer with Carson Sims on deck. Set is Daffern. He delivers curveball in the dirt. Meyer chases, drop third strike, but the throw to first is in time to end the inning. The Falcons score 2 runs on 3 base hits, and they leave 2 stranded. Going to the bottom of the third, Klamath Falls leads Medford 4-1 on 104.3 and 960 Sports and mybasin.com.
At mybasin.com, we bring you the power of local radio,
The pace and reach of social media,
and the excitement of local sports.
We do this with a team of radio professionals that is second to none.
We're proud to call Klamath Falls our home.
Introducing Smith Bates Marcom Solutions, your trusted partner in marketing and communication. We specialize in crafting compelling campaigns, eye-catching graphics, and impactful branding materials.
Smith Bates is like working with dependable friends. They always help us build our professional image.
Through the innovative strategies that the team at Smith Bates suggested, we've been able to give the brand at Calor the boost that it desperately needed.
Unlock your potential with Smith Bates Marcom Solutions.
Bottom of the third inning, and the Falcons lead the Mustangs 4-1. Due up this half for Medford. It's the top of their order. Easton Curtis, Tristan Wallace, and Jackson Rosenthal. The Falcons added 2 more runs in the top half of this inning. RBIs from P.J. Safford and Corbin Hamilton has helped them build this lead, hoping to keep it. Falcons had lost 9 consecutive league games before a win back on Friday against Grants Pass. And after a losing streak, it'd certainly feel good to start a winning streak and try to get yourself back into playoff contention for the Falcons. Right now, they find themselves in last place in Area 4. The pitch on the way to Easton Curtis is rolled out to third. Meyer playing in on the grass. Makes the play quickly. Throw on to first will be in time. 1 pitch and 1 out in the Medford third. And that brings up Tristan Wallace. Wallace 0 for 1 in this contest with a fly out to center field. So right now the Falcons 3 games out of a playoff spot in Area 4 with 8 games to go, and that's including this one. First pitch called a strike. No, called a ball. Pardon me. 1-0. The count to Wallace. Right now, the 4 teams that are set to earn a trip to the postseason from our league. It's Wallace who flies one into center field. Douglas makes the catch for the second out. So in Area 4, Eugene leads the conference right now. They get an automatic bid to the postseason as the host team at Sweet Johnson Stadium. So they're also number 1 in the league right now, 9-3. Roseburg is behind them, tied with Medford for second. Each of these teams 8-4. Then Redmond is 5-7. So it's Eugene plus 3, no matter where the challengers fall in our conference. As the first pitch is hit into left center field, it's going to be Carson Sims who calls off Douglas to make the catch and end the inning. The Mustangs down in order in the third inning. They are up 4-1 as we go to inning number 4 from North Medford High School on 104.3 and 960 Sports and mybasin.com.
Thanks to Les Schwab Tires, I'm a confident backseat driver, but Mom's a little stressed about spending. Remember, deep breaths and watch your speed. Even though we're watching our wallets, Les Schwab is still watching out for our safety. So turn here.
Roll into summer. Save up to $200 instantly on a wide selection of tires and wheels. Les Schwab Tires, doing the right thing since 1952.
The innocence of youth. Is there anything any better? But soon they'll be in high school and facing all the same challenges you faced. How to make friends, how to fit in, how to be cool. We want our children to have everything they'll need to live fulfilling and productive lives. Make sure the kids in your family are among the more than 120,000 participants here in Oregon who take part in high school sports or activities.
Getting ready for the top of the fourth inning on 104.3 960 Sports, mybasin.com. Through 3 innings, the Falcons had 4-1 advantage over Medford. 4 runs on 5 hits, no errors. 3 runners left for the Falcons. For Medford, 1 run on 3 hits, 1 error, and they have left 2 runners on base. Due up this half for Klamath Falls. It's 8, 9, and 1 in the order. That's Carson Sims, Ryan Douglas, and Max Price. First pitch, a curveball swung on and missed for Sims, and he's behind 0-1. Sims 0 for 1 today. He reached on an error and waves at strike 2. Sims hit a ground ball to third that wound up underneath the glove of Daffrin. As he swings at strike 3, drop third, and out on the drop third. Sims head back to the dugout without trying to attempt to run down to first, and so that brings up Ryan Douglas. Douglas also 0 for 1 in this game. Fly out to left field his first time. Sends another one in the air to left. Roundtree moving over, makes a nice running catch in the gap for the second out. Well, it was a 4-pitch inning for the Falcons in the bottom half of the third. 4 pitches deep into this inning, already 2 outs. And here's Max Price. First pitch to Price, a strike, a curveball outside, and called a strike 0-1. Price 1 for 2 today as he takes a pitch in the dirt there, 1-1. Price grounded out in the first inning, singled and scored in the third. Here's the 1-1 pitch to him. That one's lined into left, and that's going to get down in front of Roundtree for a 2-out base knock for Price, bringing up P.J. Safford. Safford 1 for 1 in this contest, but he's reached base twice. He walked in the first inning, knocked in a run on an RBI single in the third, then came around to score himself later that inning on a sacrifice fly. Hoping to keep a Falcons rally going with 2 outs in the top of the fourth inning. They lead Medford 4-1. Pitch to Safford outside in the dirt. On the move is Price. The throw down not in time. And for the second time today, Max Price swipes second. And it's a 1-0 count to Safford now with a runner in scoring position. Safford a beautiful opportunity with a base hit to score a run and add to this lead. Pitch on the way to Safford is hit in the air to right, foul. Count even now, a ball and a strike. Appreciate you being with us on 104.3 and 960 Sports and mybasin.com. Free live video if you're listening on the radio today and you'd like to watch the game. And Safford chases a pitch out of the zone for strike 2. Curveball on the inner third. And he chased it in the dirt. Now Safford choking up a bit in a 2-strike count. Runner at second is Max Price, 2 away in the inning. Safford rolls one to short. Charging is the shortstop, Cope. He's going to make the throw to first in time to retire the side. No runs on a base hit for the Falcons in the fourth, but they do lead 4-1. We'll go to the bottom half on 104.3 and 960 Sports and mybasin.com.
Introducing Smith Bates Marcom Solutions, your trusted partner in marketing and communication. We specialize in crafting compelling campaigns, eye-catching graphics, and impactful brand materials.
Smith Bates is like working with dependable friends. They always help us build our professional image.
Through the innovative strategies that the team at Smith Bates suggested, we've been able to give the brand at Calor the boost that it desperately needed.
Unlock your potential with Smith Bates Marcom Solutions.
Sports was kind of what defined me as a person. I loved to play every sport I could possibly play. The Abbeys was really the family stomping ground for all of our community. Saturday afternoon soccer tournaments, we'd head over to Abbeys afterwards. And then when we got into middle school, on our way home, we'd stop at Abbeys after basketball games. When I go home, I want to see two things when I drive through Winston. I want to see my Abbeys and I want to see my high school. And those are the two memories that stick out the most to me.
Back to Falcons baseball on 104.3 and 960 Sports and mybasin.com. Bottom of the fourth inning, and the Falcons lead the Medford Mustangs 4-1. Due up this half for Medford is going to be their middle of the lineup. Elijah Havey, Freeman Roundtree, and Kellen Willer. That's 4, 5, 6 in the order. Although first time through, not a hit between them. Colin Tacchini has done a nice job through the first 3 innings, continuing pretty much where he left off in Grants Pass last week. Through the first few innings for Colin, 34 pitches to this point in the ballgame. Elijah Havey 0 for 1 in this contest, grounded out in the first. Pitch from Tacchini, nice breaking ball, missed a little bit in, I think, and a count 1-0 to Havey. Roundtree on deck. The pitch, that one misses in, no doubt about it. 2-0 the count to Havey. Talked about Havey attending Columbia Basin Community College. They also made the NWAC Super Regional after a 34-19 season. But just as Umpqua Community College, they lost in that round. Fly ball routine to left field, put away by Sims for the first out in the fourth inning. Freeman Roundtree batting now for the Mustangs, who's 0 for 1 in this contest. He flew out in foul territory to third base in his first trip in the second inning. Pitch on the way from Tacchini. Swung on and missed, pulled the string on him for strike 1. After Roundtree in the order, it's Keller. The pitch, that's hit hard to right center field. Could find a gap for extra bases. Roundtree digging for 2. Douglas takes a moment coming up with it. And a double for Freeman Roundtree puts him in scoring position for Kellen Willer. Willer 0 for 1 in this game. He struck out in the second inning. Small lead off of second for Roundtree. And the pitch home. Curveball misses high, 1-0. Tacchini set now with the 1-0. Pitch is hit in the air to left. Going back is Sims. He will make the catch, and staying put at second is Roundtree. 2 away, runner remains at second, and it's Davis Carr. Carr, the left-handed second baseman for Medford, is 1 for 1 today. He singled in the second inning. Bats with 2 away and a runner in scoring position. His squad down against Klamath Falls 4-1. Step off. Takini's gotten a little bit in trouble with that pickoff move, specifically to second base. A couple of times this season has lifted his front foot for a balk. That time was sure not to do it. Fires in a curveball to Davis Carr, strike one. After Carr in the order, it's Caleb Long. Pitch on the way. Takini looks back to Ulloa Ford, holding the runner at second. A pitch out, and nothing doing. 1-1. The count to Davis Carr. Freeman Roundtree's at second after a one-out double. Kellen Willer, flew out for the second out. Now here we are with Davis Carr in a 1-1 count. Pitch from Takini is laid down the third base line. Meyer up with it, and an infield single on the bunt for Davis Carr moves Roundtree to third. Runners at the corners now. Still 2 outs for the Mustangs, and here's Caleb Long. He's 1 for 1 today. Singled was left stranded at second in the second inning. Hoping to drive in a run for his team. Medford scored their lone run of the ball game in the first inning. After Easton Curtis led off that inning with a single, was later driven in on a sacrifice fly from Rosenthal. See if they've got Carr on the move from first as Takini comes set. Carr takes off. Safford, the throw down is meant to hold the runner at third. They were going to try to cut down Roundtree should he try to score. So Carr in at second on the pitch inside. The count 1-0 to Caleb Long. Now 2 runners in scoring position in a 4-1 ball game. Medford trails Klamath Falls, the bottom of the fourth inning. Takini now working out of the windup again. That pitch misses high and in, almost got Long, but a 2-0 count now to the Medford third baseman. Takini still from the windup. The pitch, showing bunt, pulling back, ball 3. Well, the scoreboard here shows 2-1. See if we get any indication from the umpire. Well, the count is we'll switch our count here to 2-1. With 2 in scoring position for Long. The pitch from Takini. Curveball, strike 2. Nicely placed there from Colin. 1 strike away from getting out of this jam in the fourth inning. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Safford delivers the sign and sets up outside. The pitch swung on and missed in the dirt. Safford up with it. The throw to first will be in time, and that ends the inning. The Mustangs strand 2 in scoring position. A couple of base hits in the inning, but no runs come across, and the Falcons take a 4-1 lead to the 5th inning. We'll be back on 104.3 and 960 Sports and MyBasin.com.
Comfortable and not corporate. At Klamath Subaru, we built our business on that simple promise. Well, that and some of the best people you're ever going to meet. Hi, I'm Rob Cedar, General Manager at Klamath Subaru. Our 62 employees make it easy for us to live up to our comfortable, not corporate philosophy. Friendly faces, easy answers, straight talk, fairness, and exceptional service. These are the things you expect. These are the things that all of our people deliver. Our management team, sales pros, certified service and body shop techs, lot attendants, and detail experts are all 100% focused on you. Local people putting their friends and neighbors first. At Klamath Subaru, that's the only way we do business. It's comfortable, not corporate. Our team members also spend hundreds of hours each year supporting local charities and events through the Subaru Love Promise. That's the kind of people they are. We're very proud of them. They're your friends, they're your neighbors, they're glad to know you, and they want you to be glad to know them too. I'm Rob, and this is what makes us comfortable, not corporate.
Falcons baseball continues to the top of the 5th inning. Marcos Ulloa Ford, Jacoby Takini, and Colin Takini to lead things off. Ulloa forward, bounces one to third. Long plays it on a backhand and makes the throw to first in time. One pitch and one out in the top of the fifth inning. Here's Jacoby Tacchini. Tacchini with an RBI double in his first at-bat, grounded out his second time around. Here sends one on the ground to second base. Carr makes the routine play for the second out in the fifth inning. 2 pitches and 2 outs in the fifth, and here's Colin Tacchini. Colin is 1 for 1 in this game, singled in the first and walked in the third. Gets ahead in the count here, a ball and no strikes. Now 2-0. That one misses as well to Colin, with Corbin Hamilton waiting on deck. That pitch also misses wide. And a 3-0 count. Colin did a nice job of laying out that outside pitch from Daffrin, one he's relied on today, and there's a 4-pitch walk. All misses outside to Tacchini, and Hamilton bats now with a runner on first and 2 outs. That's the second walk for Colin today. Hamilton 0 for 1. He struck out in the first, hit a sacrifice fly with an RBI in the third inning. First pitch home, that one found the spot for Daffrin. Got ahead of Hamilton now 0-1. Pitch on the way. A curve ball that Hamilton rolls towards the Falcons dugout down the third base line. The count 0-2. The Mustangs strategically, I think, playing in their first base dugout. That's the dugout that avoids the sun as the day goes on. Falcons will be right in the heat of it as the sun will set over the first base side of the field. Not that it will be close to setting by the time our festivities conclude tonight. That's why we're here so early. As a matter of fact, here at North Medford High School, no lights at Jim Maccabee Field. So we started at 2:30 today, or just thereabout. And it's a doubleheader today. Here in the top of the fifth inning of Game 1, the Falcons lead 4-1. And it's a 2-2 count to Corbin Hamilton with 2 outs in the fifth inning. And a runner aboard at first in Colin Tacchini. The pitch from Daffrin is offered up at and missed. The fastball set down Hamilton. The second time he's gone down on strikes today. And that will end the fifth for the Falcons. No runs, no hits, a runner left. They lead 4-1. Going to the bottom of the fifth on 104.3 and 960 Sports and mybasin.com.
This is where unconditional love and immeasurable happiness reside. This is home. Coldwell Banker, where home begins.
Bottom of the fifth inning, and the Falcons lead the Mustangs. They are up 4-1. To up this half for Medford is 9-1-2 in the order. That's Kyle Cope, Easton Curtis, and Tristan Wallace. As Colin Tacchini has pitched well through 4 innings. Seems like Medford hasn't really been able to square the ball up all that many times today. They do have 5 hits, but they've scattered them. A single in the first, a couple of base hits, both left stranded in the second. 2 more hits in the fourth for Medford, but again, both of them left in scoring position. In fact, all 4 runners that Medford has left on base this game have been in scoring position. Takini's done a nice job to get out of jams early. His team holds a 3-run advantage, and here's Kyle Cope stepping into the right-handed batter's box. He's 0 for 1 with a strikeout in this game. Pitch on the way is fouled straight back, 0-1. On deck is Easton Curtis for Medford. Lineup turning over for the 3rd time next. Pitch from Takini. The 0-1 is a changeup outside, swung on and missed from Cope. He's behind in the count, 0-2 against Collin. And the pitch on the way from Takini. The 0-2 looked at for ball 1. Cope, also from South Medford High School, the right-hander, awaits the 1-2, grounds it foul down the third base line. And so the count remains a ball and 2 strikes with nobody out in the bottom of the 5th inning. Takini still from the windup, steps, kicks, fires, curveball. A chopper over the head of Meyer. Ulloa Ford at short, over to glove it, but the throw will take Takini off the bag. Regardless, that's an infield single for Kyle Cope to get the Mustangs started in the 5th. Sixth hit for Medford. And Easton Curtis bats for the 3rd time today. He's 1 for 2. Singled and scored in the 1st inning. Grounded out in the 3rd. Good 2-strike hitting by Cope. Fight off the curveball. Bounced over the head of the 3rd baseman, and he's on with an infield single. Now taking off for 2nd. The throw from Safford is late. And Cope swiping 2nd in scoring position with nobody out in the bottom of the 5th inning. Falcons lead 4-1. Tying run for Medford would be in the on-deck circle, and that's Tristan Wallace. The pitch is hit foul. Count 1-1 to Easton Curtis. Curtis plays his prep season for North Medford High School, just finished up his junior year. North Medford was 18-9 in the prep season this year. Played against Klamath, who is the 22 seed in the 1st round, and Klamath beat him on this ball field. 1-1 is taken for a strike, 1-2. The Black Tornado upset in the 1st round. Easton Curtis steps back in a 1-2 count. Takini set after getting the sign from Safford. Looks back, the runner at 2nd, fires in a curveball that again is fouled back. Count remains a ball and 2 strikes to Easton Curtis. One-two coming up from Takini. The pitch is hit in the air to right. Corbin Hamilton over a couple of steps to make the catch. Tagging from 2nd to go to 3rd is Cope, and the throw is wild. And that is out of play. It was cut off, and a rocket thrown straight over the head of Ian Meyer to allow Cope to score on that play. So the bases are empty with 1 away. Medford trims the lead now, trailing just 4-2. Batting now is Tristan Wallace. First pitch on the way, he shows bunt, pulls back in time, it's ball 1. Wallace 0 for 2 today with a couple of flyouts to center field. The 1-0. That one comes in and hits Wallace on the front shoulder. He's aboard at first with 1 out. Falcons' schedule continues on Wednesday this week when the Medford Mustangs come to Kiger Stadium for a pair of games starting at 5 and about 7:30 would be my guess for the nightcap. So come on out to Kiger Stadium and join us. We've got the full concession stand available and great baseball, of course, between two rivals in Area 4, the Klamath Falls Falcons and the Medford Mustangs. First pitch to Rosenthal is called a ball. Swiping second in the meantime is Wallace. And it's a 1-0 count. With a runner at second for Rosenthal, 0 for 1 today. Flew out to left field, plus has an RBI on a sacrifice fly. That came in the first inning. Right now, Rosenthal represents the tying run. His squad down 4-2 against the Falcons. The pitch taken for a strike. A nice job for Takina to get the fastball across, 1-1. Medford Mustangs, a storied program in the state of Oregon, the most state championships in Oregon Legion history. They've got 18 total titles. The 1-1 is hit in the air, foul territory behind third base, 1-2. Might remember most recently the Mustangs won in 2022. Before that, they had won 6 consecutive titles from 2014 to 2019. Ball and 2 strikes, the count to Jackson Rosenthal. The pitch from Takini, curveball misses high, 2-2. And for Medford in 2018, they actually lost the 2018 title game, but later were awarded the game via forfeit when I believe it was Albany that season had an ineligible player. So Medford was awarded the state championship in 2018 based off the fact that Albany had an ineligible player playing in the championship game. The 2-2 is hit in the air to left center field. Sims will make the catch in the gap for the second out. A nice job by Sims to make that running play and put away Rosenthal, bringing up Elijah Havey with 2 outs and a runner in scoring position. Medford also won 3 consecutive state championships from 1991 to 1993. Back-to-back chips in 07 and 08. As a fly ball, right field, Corbin Hamilton a chance to end the inning, and he does. The Mustangs do score a run on 1 base hit, 1 runner left stranded. They trail the Falcons 4-2 as we go to the 6th inning on 104.3 and 960 Sports and MyBasin.com.
Threads. There are many threads that run through our region. There are churches and schools and Little League teams that bring us together and bind us into communities. There are roads and cars, there are houses and jobs and businesses, all woven together to make the fabric of our communities. There are financial threads that are part of that tapestry as well. For over 80 years, it's been our pleasure to be headquartered here, providing financial services to generations of our friends and neighbors. From that first savings account to retirement planning and all of the cars and houses and groceries in between, we keep your money local, investing it back into our communities, adding more threads to the fabric to make our communities stronger. Pacific Crest Federal Credit Union. Find your path.
Go ahead and throw this one in there for me. I appreciate you. Getting ready for the top of the 6th inning from Jim Maccabee Field at North Medford High School. And the Klamath Falcons lead the Medford Mustangs in Game 1 of a doubleheader today, 4-2. For the Falcons, 4 runs on 6 hits, 1 error, and they've left 5 runners on base. For the Mustangs so far, 2 runs on 6 hits, one error. They've left 5 runners on base in this contest. The right-hander for Medford, Dominic Daffrin, still on the mound for the Mustangs, and he'll go up against Ian Meyer to start things off in the 6th. Finds the zone for strike 1. Meyer, Sims, and Douglas do up this inning. A bouncing ball back up the middle. Daffrin leaps to make the play at first. Oh, my. Daffrin showing off the hops plus the 12 inches off the mound to get up and grab that one, saving a sure single from Meyer for the first out in the 6th inning. Here's Carson Sims, 0 for 2 in this game. Reached on an error in the 2nd inning, struck out in the 4th. Trying to get a rally started in the 6th. His team leads 4-2, but Medford did score 1 run in the bottom of the 5th inning on only 1 base hit. Another pitch there, got Sims frozen up. The curveball outside. Daffrin has been living there all day long. The 0-2 from Daffrin. Another outside pitch in the dirt. Sims chases for strike 3. Pitch in the dirt. Throw down to first in time. 2 quick outs for Daffrin and the Mustangs in the 6th. It'll bring up Ryan Douglas. Douglas 0 for 2 today as well. A couple of flyouts to left field. Pitch, a curveball. That one over the inside part of the plate by Daffrin. And it's 0-1. That pitch misses. Count a ball and a strike to Ryan Douglas. Douglas hits one sky high center field. Wallace hardly has to move to put that one away and end the inning. The Falcons down in order in the 6th. We go to the bottom half with Klamath Falls leading 4-2. This is Falcons baseball on 104.3 and 960 Sports and mybasin.com.
Sports was kind of what defined me as a person. I loved to play every sport I could possibly play. The Abbeys was really the family stomping ground for all of our community. Saturday afternoon soccer tournaments, we'd head over to Abbeys afterwards. And then when we got up into middle school, on our way home, we'd stop at Abbeys after basketball games. When I go home, I want to see 2 things when I drive through Winston. I want to see my Abbeys and I want to see my high school. And those are the 2 memories that stick out the most to me.
Thanks to Les Schwab Tires, I'm a confident backseat driver, but Mom's a little stressed about spending. Remember, deep breaths and watch your speed. Even though we're watching our wallets, Les Schwab is still watching out for our safety. So turn here.
Roll into summer. Save up to $200 instantly on a wide selection of tires and wheels. Les Schwab Tires, doing the right thing since 1952.
It's the bottom of the 6th inning, and the Falcons lead the Mustangs 4-2. Due up this half for Medford. It's Freeman Roundtree, Kellen Willer, and Davis Carr. This group led off the 2nd inning. We're close to scoring a couple of runs, but Colin Tacchini, who's still out there for Klamath Falls, left him stranded. Time's running out for Medford. They rely on the middle of their order to try to get the job done. Freeman Roundtree 1 for 2 today. He flew out in the 2nd, but doubled in the 4th. He was left stranded at 3rd base in that 4th inning. Here comes the pitch from Tacchini. First pitch swinging, ground ball to short. Ulloa Ford up with it, makes the good throw to first. And that is a big first out made by Marcos Ulloa Ford here in the 6th inning. It brings up Kellen Willer. Willer 0 for 2 in this game, struck out in the 2nd inning, flew out to left field in the 4th. Willer goes to North Medford High School, plays his prep games, his home games here at Jim Maccabee Field as he takes strike 1. Wind's starting to pick up here in Medford a bit. Temperature still hot, but I'm sure no one dislikes the breeze that we're feeling here, the home of the Black Tornado. The 0-1 pitch is sharply hit down the 3rd base line, but just foul. And it's an 0-2 count Now to Kellen Willer, Davis Carr on deck. Takini from the windup, the 0-2. Looked at for ball one. A curveball just missed high against Willer. Just above his letters, 1 and 2. Pitch on the way. Safford sets up outside. The pitch misses high and away. 2 balls and 2 strikes. A nice job by Willer to lay off 2 pretty close pitches to the zone with 2 strikes. Safford again calls for the outside pitch. Takini delivers. It's a curveball that's hit back up the middle. Uloa Ford plays it on a hop. Strong throw to first in time. And Uloa Ford, a fantastic play in the gap for the second out in the 6th. Davis Carr batting now for Medford. He's 2 for 2 today, has seen the ball well. He was aboard in the 2nd inning, but he bunted for a single in the 4th. Pitch coming up, here it is. And that one is taken outside. If you're watching on mybasin.com, you can see the clouds forming over the left field fence. Do hear word of a storm brewing in the Jackson County area, so we'll try to keep tabs on that as our broadcast continues. There's an outside chance that it causes us to stop play today, although unsure of exactly what the ruling is with distance of the storm and things of that nature. So we'll try to keep tabs on that as we move throughout today's game and the nightcap. As 1-1 is fouled back, a ball and 2 strikes. Davis Carr having to get defensive. Davis Carr, a collegiate player from Bob Jones University. The 1-2 on its way from Takini. Here it comes. Curveball, that one nowhere close to the zone, and the count moves to 2 balls and 2 strikes. Caleb Long waits on deck for Medford as they try to scramble for a rally down to their final 4 outs of this game. A score of 4-2, and the Falcons lead it. Pitch coming up. That one hit back up the middle, and again, Uloa Ford tried to make a play on it, but that one threw into center field. A 2-out base knock for Davis Carr makes him 3 for 3 today, and he's aboard at first here in the 6th inning. Caleb Long 1 for 2 in this contest, singled in the 2nd inning, struck out in the 4th. Bats with 2 outs and a runner aboard at first. In the bottom of the 6th inning, his team trailing by 2, representing the tying run in the late going. Pitch on its way to Long. Looked like he was showing bunt, but he pulled back in time on a pitch in the dirt. Count 1-0. After Long in the Medford order, it's Kyle Cope. Another move over to first, but back safely is Davis Carr. Set is Colin Takini. Runner on the move from first. The throw down to get Carr is in time, and that gets the Falcons out of the 6th inning. No runs on a base hit for Medford, and the Falcons lead 4-2 going to the 7th on 104.3 and 960 Sports and mybasin.com.
MyBasin.com, we bring you the power of local radio,
The pace and reach of social media,
and the excitement of local sports.
We do this with a team of radio professionals
that is second to none. We're proud to call Klamath Falls our home.
What rhymes with great?
Participate.
Where does greatness start? Here, in the classroom. On the stage.
In the pool.
On the field.
Where will your greatness take you?
To better grades.
To more friends.
Be great.
Participate!
Getting ready for the top of the seventh inning, and the Falcons carry the lead. They're up 4-2. And it's the top of their order to try to add some insurance. It's Max Price, P.J. Safford, Marcos Ulloa Ford. Want to make a note over our commercial break that the Mustangs assistant coach Kevin Schaefer disagreeing with the call at second base to end the sixth inning. He's been ejected from the ball game after arguing with our base umpire today. So the Mustangs down a coach for the remainder of today. As Coach Schaefer, an assistant at Cascade Christian High School as well, is going to have to miss the nightcap tonight at Medford. Pitch is in the zone. An 0-2 count to Max Price, who's 2 for 3 in this game. A pair of singles in the third and fourth innings. Takes ball 1 close to strike 3, but will be ball 2 on the inside. Price running the count even. Here's the pitch from Daffrin. That's strike 3 called. Price down looking to begin the seventh. Sixth strikeout of the day for Daffrin. And the casualty was Max Price. Here's P.J. Safford, 1 for 2 in this game. Safford walked in the first, singled in a run in the third, and grounded out in the fourth. Extended his hitting streak earlier to 7 games. Let's see. The count says 1-0 on the scoreboard. Fans and the coaches saying there hasn't been a pitch to Safford yet. So the pitch to Safford, it's the 1-0, misses. Now the count 2-0. Marcos Ulloa Ford on deck for the Falcons. And the pitch. That one misses outside, 3-0. Again, Safford has already walked once today. Falcons searching for a base runner in the seventh to try to add to their 4-2 lead. The 3-0 to Safford taken outside for a strike. A nice find in the zone for Daffrin on that outer third. Here's the 3-1. Check swing, and Safford held up in time. And he's aboard with a 1-out walk. Here's Marcos Ulloa Ford. Ulloa Ford in this game is 1 for 3. He did reach on a fielder's choice and score in the first, grounded out in the fifth, and singled in the third inning. First pitch to Ulloa Ford, shot down the gap in the right field side. That's going to roll to the fence. Ulloa Ford digging for 2. Safford is going to pull up to third, and that is going to be where they keep him. Safford to third, Ulloa Ford to second on a 1-out double for Marcos. And that brings up Jacoby Tacchini with 2 in scoring position and just 1 away. On the season for Marcos Ulloa Ford, that is his 6th double of the season and his 10th extra base hit of the year. And they're going to walk Jacoby Tacchini to load the bases, and in steps Colin Tacchini. And it looks like we may have a change for Medford. We did see a pitcher warming up in the previous half innings. I believe it was Cole Stofflet, the right-hander from Cascade Christian. We'll see if the Mustangs decide to make a move here. And I believe Daffrin right at 100 pitches as this meeting on the mound continues. We'll remind you that today's broadcast is brought to you by Klamath Falls Subaru. Through the Subaru Love Promise and Subaru Share the Love events, Klamath Falls Subaru has donated thousands of dollars to dozens of hometown charities. Comfortable and not corporate at Klamath Falls Subaru on Washburn Way. Stop by and say hi. They're going to stick with Daffrin on the mound. The Mustangs need him to get a couple of outs here in the 7th. Bases loaded as the Falcons try to expand upon their 4-2 lead. Takini is 1 for 1 today. He singled in the first and walked in the 3rd and 5th innings. Pitch is going to kick away from the catcher, Havey, and go to the backstop. Safford will score, and the Falcons lead 5-2. That's a wild pitch to score a run. Uloa Ford to third, Takini to second, and a 1-0 count to Colin Takini, and the Falcons lead by 3 in the 7th. Pitch to Colin. That one is also, that's called a strike. It was low, below Colin's knees, and maybe a touch off the plate, but called a strike. It's 1-1 to Colin. That pitch, same location, called a ball, 2-1. Small lead off a third from Uloa Ford. Takini an even smaller lead, and the Mustangs infield playing in. Count 2 balls and 2 strikes on the outside breaking ball from Daffrin. Pitch on the way. Swung on and missed. Takini goes down on strikes. That's the 6th strikeout of the day for Daffrin. And now we are going to see a change for Medford on the mound ahead of the at-bat from Corbin Hamilton. We'll take a break, and when we come back, we'll catch you up on any of the changes for Medford as they trail the Falcons 5-2 with 2 outs in the top of the 7th inning. This is Falcons baseball on 104.3 and 960 Sports and MyBasin.com.
MyBasin.com, we bring you the power of local radio.
The pace and reach of social media.
And the excitement of local sports.
We do this with a team of radio professionals that is second to none.
We're proud to call Klamath Falls our home.
Introducing Smith Bates Marcom Solutions, your trusted partner in marketing and communication. We specialize in crafting compelling campaigns, eye-catching graphics, and impactful branding materials.
Smith Bates is like working with dependable friends. They always help us build our professional image.
Through the innovative strategies that the team at Smith Bates suggested, we've been able to give the brand at Calor the boost that it desperately needed.
Unlock your potential with Smith Bates Marcom Solutions.
It'd still be a ball then, it's just a straight up pitch. Okay. New arm for the Medford Mustangs. It is Cole Stofflet, the right-hander from Cascade Christian High School. Helped his team in the prep season to a 20-8 overall record in the 3A classification. They made it to the second round of their playoffs after a first-round bye. They lost to Valley Catholic in that second round. Trying to keep things where they are for his team as they trail Klamath Falls 5-2. Falcons have already scored 1 run in this inning. They've got 2 more in scoring position with Marcos Uloa Ford at third and Jacoby Takini at second. It will be Corbin Hamilton to bat when we resume play as Stofflet just finishing up his warm-up pitches. Dominic Daffrin exiting after throwing over 100 pitches and can't quite close the book on him yet as he would be responsible for the pair of runners that are out there for the Falcons. This inning started with a strikeout to Max Price. P.J. Safford walked. Uloa Ford shot a double down the right field side, followed by a walk from Jacoby Takini. They scored their run. P.J. Safford scored on a wild pitch. And here we are, ready for baseball in the top of the 7th. Corbin Hamilton steps in. First pitch is called a strike. Hamilton behind in the count 0-1. Hamilton 0 for 2 today with a pair of strikeouts, but a sacrifice fly with an RBI sandwiched in there in the third inning. Pitch to Hamilton, a breaking ball will miss high. The count a ball and a strike to Corbin, with Ian Meyer waiting on deck if the Falcons can continue this pivotal seventh inning. Pitch on the way. Hamilton lifts one in the air, right field, drifting foul and well out of play. The count a ball and 2 strikes now to Corbin, the Falcons' right fielder today. Stofflet trying to just get this one out and his team out of this jam. Pitch on the way. Stofflet, the right-hander, big kick and fires pitch in the dirt. A nice job by Havey to keep that one in front of him and stop a run from scoring. Only one passed ball that Havey has allowed today, but it did score a run. 2-2 the count. The pitch. That's going to sail high, and the count runs full, 3-2. Again, Ian Meyer on deck for the Falcons. Stofflet set and delivers home a curveball. Hamilton swings and misses to end the seventh inning. But the Falcons do score one on one base hit. They leave 2 stranded, trying to close this thing out with a 5-2 lead in the bottom of the seventh inning next on 104.3 and 960 Sports and mybasin.com.
Thanks to Les Schwab Tires, I'm a confident backseat driver, but Mom's a little stressed about spending. Remember, deep breaths and watch your speed. Even though we're watching our wallets, Les Schwab is still watching out for our safety. So turn here.
Roll into summer. Save up to $200 instantly on a wide selection of tires and wheels. Les Schwab Tires, doing the right thing since 1952.
The innocence of youth. Is there anything any better? But soon they'll be in high school and facing all the same challenges you faced. How to make friends, how to fit in, how to be cool. We want our children to have everything they'll need to live fulfilling and productive lives. Make sure the kids in your family are among the more than 120,000 participants here in Oregon who take part in high school sports or activities.
Bottom of the seventh inning, and the Falcons look to close out a win on the road against the Medford Mustangs. They lead 5-2. Standing in Colin Takini's way of a complete game is Caleb Long, Kyle Cope, and Easton Curtis. Storm continuing to brew here in Jackson County. If you're watching on our live stream on mybasin.com, see the clouds, which started over the left field fence, worked their way now over to center field and are covering most of the skyline here at Jim Maccabee Field. Got word that lightning is closing in, so almost feels like a matter of time until we either postpone game 2 or if the Mustangs rally could postpone this game. We'll just have to see. Would love for the Falcons to have a chance to close out a win as strike 1 is in the zone against Caleb Long. Extreme weather conditions all over the state of Oregon this week, and certainly here in Jackson County we are feeling it as well as the wind begins to pick up as well. They count a ball and a strike to Caleb Long, who is 1 for 2 today, singled in the second, struck out in the fourth. Pitch on the way is in there for a strike. It's 1-2. Again, the wind truly picking up, blowing up some of the dust. And giving issues to our tent. A line drive left field, and the wind completely stealing a base hit for Caleb Long. It was right at Carson Sims, but the wind blowing it towards center. And it caused a base hit to lead things off in the seventh inning. Runner aboard at first for Kyle Cope. Pitch is in the zone for a strike. 0-1. Wind starting to pick up quite a bit here at Jim Maccabee Field. Try to get an idea over what the wind is like right now. According to my app, about 17 mile-an-hour gusts right now, with normal wind at 7 miles an hour, but we're feeling the brunt of the gusts here at North Medford High School. The 0-1 pitch is in the zone. Count 0-2 to Kyle Cope on the inside fastball. Set is Takini with the 0-2. That's going to miss high. A ball and 2 strikes. The Falcons lead 5-2 in game 1 of 2 today in an Area 4 doubleheader. Set is Takini and the pitch. Hard grounder to short. Uloa Ford is going to go to first for the sure thing, but out at first. Ooh. That was a very, very close play, and we're certainly going to have a conversation about this one with the Mustangs coaching staff. That was very, very close at first. Very close at first. As of right now, it's an out at first with Long advancing to second for the first out in the inning. Lineup turns over for Medford. It's Easton Curtis. And the call will stand on the field, and Coach Craig Connor comes out of the dugout for the Falcons to have a conversation with Colin Takini. We'll remind you that today's broadcast on mybasin.com is brought to you by Abby's Legendary Pizza and Les Schwab Tires. 3 locations for Les Schwab Tires in the Klamath Basin. They've been doing the right thing since 1952. Wind continuing to pick up here. And Coach Connor heading back to the dugout. I think just trying to shore things up with Colin out there. There'll be a runner at second base for the top of the Mustangs order. Medford still trails by 3 with 1 out in the 7th inning. Now, worth mentioning, I'll say it, try not to bring in a broadcaster's curse, as it were. But the Falcons have yet to lose a game this season while carrying a lead into the 7th inning. They are 6-0 in games where they lead going to the 7th. First pitch coming up to Easton Curtis. He's 1 for 3 today with a single and a run scored in the first. Pitch is going to miss to him. It's 1-0. Takini set with the 1-0. And the pitch on the way, hit in the air to right field. Looks like it's drifting foul. A ball and a strike to Easton Curtis. Along with that single and a run scored in the first, he's grounded out and flown out in the 3rd and 5th innings. Tristan Wallace waits on deck. Curveball, that one's going to miss high. Count 2-1 now to Curtis. And for Medford, their potential tying run is in the on-deck circle in the person of Tristan Wallace. Takini back on the rubber. The right-hander looking in, gathers the sign from Safford and comes set. Safford sets up inside. A bouncing ball to second. Price plays it on a hop, makes the throw to first for the second out. But in the meantime, runner advancing to third. That is Caleb Long. Here's Tristan Wallace. Now for the Mustangs, their final hope in the 7th inning. Wallace is 0 for 2 in this game, a couple of flyouts. He was also hit by a pitch. Here he takes a high fastball for ball 1. After Wallace, if this inning continues for Medford, it's Jackson Rosenthal. 1-0 on the way from Takini. That's hit hard to third, bounces off the glove of Meyer and rolls to short. Uloa Ford won't have a play and a run will score. That's going to be an error against Ian Meyer, and a run scores. That's the Falcons' second error of the contest. Runner aboard at first, a 5-3 ball game now, and here's Jackson Rosenthal. Rosenthal 0 for 2 today as well, a couple of flyouts to left. He also hit a sacrifice fly with an RBI in the first inning. Here he takes a pitch in the dirt, 1-0. Falcons still lead by 2. Still 2 outs in the 7th inning. Game 1 of an Area 4 doubleheader today in Medford. Again, wind has continued to pick up as this storm continues to get closer here in Jackson County. The 1-0 is low. Count moves now to 2-0 against Jackson Rosenthal. Rosenthal from Ashland High School, a team in the 5A classification, made the first round of the playoffs again this year and lost to Mountain View in their first round matchup. A strike called on the outer third. You can hear the groans from the Medford supporters hoping for ball 3 on that pitch. But instead the count's 2-1 against Rosenthal. Represents the tying run in the late going. Pitch on the way from Takini. Bouncing ball towards second. Price, underhand toss to Uloa Ford, covering second, and that is the ball game. The Klamath Falls Falcons take game 1 of a doubleheader today, 5-3. We'll be back to recap the action for you and get you set for the nightcap tonight from Medford, Oregon on 104.3 and 960 Sports and mybasin.com.
MyBasin.com, we bring you the power of local radio,
The pace and reach of social media,
and the excitement of local sports.
We do this with a team of radio professionals that is second to none.
We're proud to call Klamath Falls our home.
This is where unconditional love and immeasurable happiness reside. This is home. Coltwell Banker, where home begins.
Introducing Smith Bates Marcom Solutions, your trusted partner in marketing and communication. We specialize in crafting compelling campaigns, eye-catching graphics, and impactful branding materials.
Smith Bates is like working with dependable friends. They always help us build our professional image.
Through the innovative strategies that the team at Smith Bates suggested, we've been able to give the brand at Calor the boost that it desperately needed.
Unlock your potential with Smith Bates Marcom Solutions.
Threads. There are many threads that run through our region. There are churches and schools and Little League teams that bring us together and bind us into communities. There are roads and cars, there are houses and jobs and businesses, all woven together to make the fabric of our communities. There are financial threads that are part of that tapestry as well. For over 80 years, it's been our pleasure to be headquartered here, providing financial services to generations of our friends and neighbors. From that first savings account for retirement planning, and all of the cars and houses and groceries in between. We keep your money local, investing it back into our communities, adding more threads to the fabric to make our communities stronger. Pacific Crest Federal Credit Union. Find your path.
And we welcome you back to 104.3 and 960 Sports and MyBasin.com. Final score in Game 1 from Medford. The Falcons defeating the Mustangs 5-3. For the Falcons today, 5 runs on 7 hits, 2 errors. They left 7 runners on base. For the Mustangs, 3 runs on 8 hits, 1 error, and they left 6 runners on base. Winning pitcher today going the distance for the Falcons is Colin Takini. He gave up 8 hits, 3 runs, just 1 earned, and struck out 3. Dominic Daffrin pitched 6 2/3 for the Mustangs today, giving up 7 hits, 5 runs, 4 earned, 5 walks, and struck out 7. Stofflet recorded 1 out. It was a strikeout in the final out that the Mustangs needed. Let's go down some notables, and we'll start with the Mustangs. The losers in today's contest, a 3-for-3 day for Carr, but nothing else to speak of. 2-for-3 day for Long and a run scored, and a 1-for-4 day for Curtis with a run scored as well. For the Falcons, 2-for-4 day for Max Price with a run scored. PJ Stafford was 1-for-2 with 2 runs scored and an RBI. He also walked twice. Jacoby Takini was 1-for-2 with a run scored and an RBI. Colin Takini was 1-for-2 today as well. He walked twice. Those are all the offensive totals for the Falcons, who with this win improved to 3-10 in Area 4 League play, 9-21 overall on the season. Medford, for the meantime, falls to 8-5. They are 26-12-3 overall on the season. Falcons hanging around, attempting a playoff spot, and we've got a nightcap coming up in just a little while from Jackson County, North Medford High School. Wind is still blowing, weather permitting. We'll be back in probably about 15 or 20 minutes for pregame coverage of game number 2. If you're watching on the live stream on mybasin.com, just stay put. We'll be back on this very same link in that amount of time. And then on the radio, if you're listening on the radio, we'll return you to normal Fox Sports Radio programming for just a few minutes before we come back on 104.3 and 960 Sports. Once again, final score here in Game 1, the Falcons victorious 5-3. My name is Josh Eldridge. We'll be back in just a few minutes from North Medford High School. And we welcome you back to North Medford High School in Jim Maccabee Field, getting ready for the nightcap of an Area 4 doubleheader between the Klamath Falls Falcons and the Medford Mustangs. The Falcons taking game one earlier today by a score of 5-3. Now looking for a sweep on the road of the number 3 team in Area 4. Just a couple of minutes away from first pitch, our head coaches Mr. Pete Whistler and Coach John King of the Medford Mustangs exchanging starting lineups and handshakes. We'll share with you the starting lineups coming up on the other side as we get ready for more Falcons baseball on a stormy afternoon in Jackson County on 104.3 and 960 Sports and MyBasin.com.
Sports was kind of defined me as a person. I love to play every sport I could possibly play. The Abbeys was really the family stomping ground for all of our community. Saturday afternoon soccer tournaments, we'd head over to Abbeys afterwards. And then when we got up into middle school, on our way home, we'd stop at Abbeys after basketball games. When I go home, I want to see two things when I drive through Winston. I want to see my Abbeys and I want to see my high school. And those are the two memories that stick out the most to me.
The innocence of youth. Is there anything any better? But soon they'll be in high school and facing all the same challenges you faced. How to make friends, how to fit in, how to be cool. We want our children to have everything they'll need to live fulfilling and productive lives. Make sure the kids in your family are among the more than 120,000 participants here in Oregon who take part in high school sports or activities.
Comfortable and not corporate. At Klamath Subaru, we built our business on that simple promise. Well, that and some of the best people you're ever going to meet. Hi, I'm Rob Cedar, General Manager at Klamath Subaru. Our 62 employees make it easy for us to live up to our comfortable, not corporate philosophy. Friendly faces, easy answers, straight talk, fairness, and exceptional service. These are the things you expect. These are the things that all of our people deliver. Our management team, sales pros, certified service and body shop techs, lot attendants, and detail experts are all 100% focused on you. Local people putting their friends and neighbors first. At Klamath Subaru, that's the only way we do business. It's comfortable, not corporate. Our team members also spend hundreds of hours each year supporting local charities and events through the Subaru Love Promise. That's the kind of people they are. We're very proud of them. They're your friends, they're your neighbors, they're glad to know you, and they want you to be glad to know them too. I'm Rob, and this is what makes us comfortable, not corporate.
Thanks to Les Schwab Tires, I'm a confident backseat driver, but Mom's a little stressed about spending. Remember, deep breaths and watch your speed. Even though we're watching our wallets, Les Schwab is still watching out for our safety. So turn here.
Roll into summer. Save up to $200 instantly on a wide selection of tires and wheels. Les Schwab Tires, doing the right thing since 1952.
Introducing Smith Bates Marcom Solutions, your trusted partner in marketing and communication. We specialize in crafting compelling campaigns, eye-catching graphics, and impactful branding materials.
Smith Bates is like working with dependable friends. They always help us build our professional image.
Through the innovative strategies that the team at Smith Bates suggested, we've been able to give the brand at Calor the boost it desperately needed.
Unlock your potential with Smith Bates Marcom Solutions.
Well, we welcome you back to 104.3 and 960 Sports and MyBasin.com. And as we get ready for Game 2 tonight here in Medford, Oregon, we have entered a lightning delay. The storm that I said was moving overhead in the last game has come to fruition. Everybody saw a big lightning strike, and we have a delay here at North Medford High School. So here's what's going to happen. We're going to return you to Fox Sports Radio programming if you're listening on the radio, and be back when we are ready for first pitch of game number 2. If you're watching on our video stream on mybasin.com, just stay put because we'll be back with you as soon as possible. And I'll get details and check in with those of you listening on the live stream on mybasin.com. Keep your volume turned up if you're on the smart TV or whatever. Leave it on if you've got it on the tablet. Keep your volume on. I'll be checking in intermittently, giving you updates as I have them right here on mybasin.com. We are in a lightning delay here at North Medford High School. We'll be back. My name is Josh Eldridge, and you've been listening to Falcons Baseball on 104.3 and 960 Sports. Well, we welcome you back to Klamath Falls Falcons baseball here at North Medford High School. A lightning delay, and we are here in the top of the second inning. It looks like it'll be Jacoby Tacchini to lead things off for the Falcons, followed by Corbin Hamilton, Carson Sims, and then Colin Tacchini. As for those of you watching on mybasin.com, we'll try to get the scoreboard back up for you in a moment. We had to fully reboot the system out here, but wanted to make sure that you could see the action as we try to make sure everything gets set back up here at North Medford High School. It seems like the rain has mostly subsided, or at least we're avoiding it, and the wind continues here in Jackson County as the first pitch was called a strike to Jacoby Tacchini. Medford leads this game 2-0 after grabbing a Game 1 loss to Klamath Falls to the tune of 5-2 in the opening game, 5-3 in the opening game today against the Medford Mustangs. It's a 1-1 count to Jacoby Tacchini as that pitch finds the zone. And now the count, a ball and 2 strikes. That one hit in the air, center field. Wallace moving in. He will make the catch for the first out in this inning. Corbin Hamilton bats now for the Falcons. In the opener today, Corbin was 0 for 3 with 3 strikeouts, although he did come through for his team with a sacrifice fly and an RBI. That was in the third inning of that contest. Again, that the Falcons won 5-3, their second straight consecutive Area 4 win, making them 3-10 in area play. A 1-1 count to Corbin now. Pitch on the way. That one in the dirt. Count 2 balls and a strike to Corbin Hamilton. Again, for those of you just coming back to our live stream on mybasin.com, working on getting the score bug up for you. Might take a couple of innings as Corbin Hamilton hits a ground ball to third base. Long is up with it. He throws to first in time. That is the second out in the second inning. Here's Carson Sims to bat now for the Falcons. Sims was 0 for 3 in the opener today as well. Struck out a pair of times and reached on an error. It's Cole Stofflet on the mound for the Mustangs in this game as the pitch is on its way. It's a curveball that found the zone. Strike 1 against Sims. The 0-1. That's fouled back, and Sims bounced it off his own hip. Now the count 0-2 to Carson Sims. Steps back into the right-handed batter's box. The Falcons trying to avoid a 1-2-3 inning, and Sims does so at least on this pitch, fouling one back, and the count still 0-2. After Sims in the order, it's Colin Tacchini. Sims pops one up. Looks playable, shallow center field. Center fielder Wallace comes in to make the grab and end the inning. Falcons go in order. They trail 2-0. This is Falcons baseball on 104.3 and 960 Sports. Yeah, go ahead. Count a ball and 2 strikes to Kyle Cope right now as Chase Connect into his second inning of work as the Falcons starter today. Connect set, looks the runner back to second, and back safely is Morgan. So it's Cope and then Easton Curtis due up for the Medford Mustangs as they lead